Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have decided to continue working on the S13. I'm already neck deep in it, so I'm just going to keep it going. I've got a lot of fiberglass repair to do, and after watching my friend Dustin Miles' videos on the old Instagram, I felt inspired to go ahead and try it myself. That way I can get some of the work knocked out before I bring it over to Will for the final painting and anything else that he does that's actually important. So I'm just trying to take some work off his plate and learn a new skill in the process. Almost. In the shop now. Time to start taking my poor rear end apart. Yeesh. Luckily, this part isn't so bad. Stuff just falling off. Oh, that got. Oh man, gonna have to buy more of those. Well, that's off. Just put this over here. And that is where he rearranged my rear end. So I've got to pull that thing out. Pull things over. Yeah. All right. Well, onwards. Got the rear fender off in record time. Definitely couldn't have done that before, so that I would consider a win. Roached that, and I'm gonna need to hook this up like I did on Jeff Jones's trailer and squeeze the whole thing over, and I do believe up on this side, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Mostly just fiberglass repair today. Got quite a bit to do. Here, there, oof. And the whole bumper. Then I should probably do this too, since that got worked the first time. But I might not have to take this fender off for that. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of repair work to do. Okay, so per Dustin Miles, basically cut the cracks out so that there's enough room for fibers and resin and whatnot to get down in there. Step one. All right. Step one complete. Hole is cut. Now I'm just going to repeat that for the rest of the fiberglass mess ups. So, got all the holes cut out. There. 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 And then I'm letting the bumper soak in the sun so it will hopefully return to its rightful position, but there's a ton of stuff on this one. There, there, there. Obviously that one. Then the actual hole for the other Zeus fitting. And then on the bottom, quite a bit of damage on that one. But I'm just going to let that soak. But now we need to come in with the little sander and get everything nice and straight and even. All right, so pretty much got everything cut. This part off, took the tail light off. Didn't realize that that was completely broken off. So that's going to be an interesting one to get back on there. But making progress. That's what's important. And while I'm here, I came up with a really horrible idea to bend this thing back over by propping this piece of metal against that piece of wood, against that piece of stuff that I put in my trailer, the T-track stuff. And then widowmakering it on out. So we'll see how that goes. Well, that was a gigantic failure. All it did was successfully push the car over. Sick. So, new plan. Now we're outside, and I have an intricate system of pulleys and rams going to my merch van, which should be heavy enough. And then I got this big piece of wood bracing. So, we'll see how this goes. Technically should work. Ooh, that's getting pretty hard to pull. Yeah, I don't know about this. Well, I found my dad's old come along and his stuff. Had that hooked up to the ratchet straps. Oh God. Oh man, that has a lot of pressure on that piece of wood right there. She's holding on. And now I put the trunk on there until these things basically popped into place. So that's in the right spot, and it's a good thing because I can't even crank that thing down anymore. Like, that's it. So at least that's back to being straight. I just wanted that where it needed to be before I started doing the Bondo and the body work and all the fiberglass stuff, because what if I did it wrong? And now the rear end is straight, so I'm just going to leave this for a while. Let the metal kind of just stretch to where it needs to be. And go get some lunch. Got the trunk lined up, and now that line is so tight, I'm terrified to get it out. So he's putting that thing in neutral to pull it back a little bit. Now we got a little bit of spring in the step, and that's all that matters. All right, sick. So we've gone through the process a bunch of times. I broke the old fiberglass handle on my dad's come along and found out that the club fits directly in the hole. and extended it out, got a little more leverage, but it's springing back. So I stuck a jack in there and it just pushes the whole thing over. So we're gonna go grab my truck and actually try to give it some yanks, because I think it needs to go past the point where it was in order to become straight again. Didn't film it, but we yoinked the whole thing over with the truck, and now no straps are on, and it basically goes in. I'll take that. Far cry from where it was. It's still up on this side, but I don't know if there's going to be much we can do about that. That may just be the way that it is. Now I need to somehow get this off of there. The rear end's pulled. I actually took the front bumper off and got those cut out and gouged. And then luckily Aaron swung by and he gave me a piece of advice to bevel the edges on the inside of everything, so that when you're laying the fiberglass down, it doesn't create a big air pocket and you can lay it smoothly over everything. So added even more time and beveled all the edges on all the holes everywhere. And yeah, learning. I'm real glad Aaron came by, because I definitely wouldn't have done that. I also 100% didn't realize today was Thursday, and normally I'm supposed to release Scotch and Beer on Thursday, but I'm not, because I thought it was Wednesday. So I'm still working on this. I'll film, edit, and release Scotch and Beer tomorrow on Friday. And hopefully I can get enough of this done to cut a video. I'm probably not even going to have time to fiberglass it. I'll have to wait until next week to get that stuff done. But I still got to bevel those. Jesus. It's a lot of work. Getting hit is a lot of work. And I do believe that is where I'm going to finish for the day. It was about 4.5 hours of work, including pulling this out, so it would have been a lot less than that. But everything's ready for whenever I decide to actually do the fiberglass repair. Got my tape, got the Bondo fiberglass repair kit, and I will get the fiberglass in. But I'm going to clean up. I got to go edit this video together real quick. Let those panels dry off, because I just rinsed them off. And then upload this video. Progress again. Once again.